We should be live. Going live, it says. You're live. Certainly hope you guys can see me and hear me. If you can see me and hear me, say hello. This is kind of an exciting episode for me. This might be my last project. Not a real big project, but we're doing a little project on OJ here. And it is listed on eBay to sell. And that's super bittersweet for me. I've put a lot of time and effort and love into this thing. But checking my audio there. So I put a lot of time and effort and love into this thing, worked on it for a long time, but my goal all along was to rebuild this thing and then sell it. So it is live on eBay right now. The auction ends tomorrow at 12:15 Pacific time, 12:15 in the afternoon. So the bidding is going on right now. If you're interested in buying this, the link is in the description of this video. So those of you that have bid already and are watching it, thank you so much. Those of you that have supported me through the build on this, it's been a ton of fun. I'm sad to see it go, but I'm excited for the next adventure and excited to see where this goes. If one of my viewers gets it, that'd be really cool. So I said we're doing a little project today. The project we're doing, I got to do an oil change on it. So as you guys know, I did a complete engine rebuild on it. Hello, I hear you. Sounds good. Thank you guys. So I did a complete engine rebuild on this. New pistons and rings and bearings, camshaft, bored and honed and all of that. And part of when you, new lifters, new springs on the valve train, all that, a whole bunch of new stuff on the engine. When you put one of these new flat tappet cams in, you need to, initially, you have to break the cam in. So you have to use a high zinc oil. Let me grab my oil here. And I should mention, honestly, I need to say that this video is sponsored by AMSOIL because they gave me this oil and they gave me the oil filter. But honestly, I contacted them because I wanted to use their product. This is what my machinist, who's done thousands of engines, he said, this is what he uses. Great stuff. He's never had an issue with it. So that's why I contacted them and they gave me the oil for this project. So on the engine break-in, that flat tappet cam, you use a high zinc oil. You can't use just a regular oil when you rebuild your engine and you're breaking in that cam. You have to use a high zinc oil, and after you drive it and break it in for a few hundred miles, you have to do an oil change and put new high zinc oil in again. So that's what we're going to be doing, AMSOIL. Let's look at our live chat here. Got a few people on. Where can I find a replacement rebuild throttle body for my 90 YJ? Honestly, the first place I look would be Rock Auto. I go there and quite often and look at my first time of when I'm researching stuff. Rock Auto is a great place. Jeep Girl's here. Hey, how you doing? We got 22 people live right now. That's really good. Walter's here. Nathan. Hey, you guys. So we're going to be doing an oil change right now. If you guys have questions about the auction, please write a comment. I'll be checking back on the comments as we go along here. You guys can watch me do an oil change. It'd be fun just to kind of chat about it. The auction, what is the Jeep up to on the auction now? I want to say it's up to $7,700, which is still, it's a great deal for this 92 YJ with tons of new parts, new engine, all kinds of stuff rebuilt on it. So it's a good value, good running Jeep, very little rust. But if you have questions on it, ask me. I wish I knew who the high bidder was right now. If you guys know who the high bidder is, Scott's on here. Hey, Scott. If you guys know who the high bidder is, you can leave that in a comment. If you're here, that'd be super cool. Ask me questions about it. But yeah, I need to do an oil change on this because after doing that initial engine break-in, I've driven it a couple hundred miles. You need to drain it, replace the filter and oil, replace it with new high zinc oil. Then it'll be good to go for the next owner. So they'll be able to just drive it and then do a regular oil change on it when they're ready. So I'm going to get started with that. Let's see. Cal just got a 3236 Weber to install tomorrow. Where should I put a different fuel filter? Should I put a different fuel filter? Yeah, if you haven't changed what Jeep is that? What year is it? If it's been a while since you've done the fuel filter, yeah. Hi, good evening. Matthew's here. Nathan, what would you have done differently? What would I have done differently? Well, the engine cleaning, I learned my lesson on cleaning the engine. Originally thought I was going to just clean it myself, but I learned real quickly that that is a huge, huge headache. I'm not set up for a big, greasy, oily mess cleaning an engine. And them doing once I had the engine out and I took it to the machine shop, for them to clean it was, yeah, no big deal, like an extra $30, but I would have spent hours and hours and tons of cleaner, tons of goo. I don't know if you guys are really gonna be able to see me. Tons of cleaner and tons of goo to get it all cleaned up. I started the process and then quickly realized, no, this is dumb. What is that? That's not a 15. Is that like a 17? Oil plug. What size is the oil plug there? It is not a 15. Is it a 17 or 19? What else would I have done different? Oh, the painting. Yeah, there were a few. Oh, yeah, that fits good. That's a 19. 17. The painting. Yeah, gosh, what was I doing? I was doing a few things like hinges, like some door hinge, like some other stuff that I wish I would have done before I painted it. Like, yeah, painting should have been very, very last, but I was anxious to paint it, so get all the body work and everything done, all the other modifications, except for parts you want to strip off. What was there? There were a few little things I was like, oh, I wish I would have done this before I painted it, but it worked out pretty good. Pretty happy with how everything else has turned out. Just gonna crawl under here and pop my oil plug real quick. I know you guys can't see me, but you've seen oil drain before. Just pulling the plug here. What else would I have done differently? I don't know, not a whole lot. I was just kind of one thing at a time. New clutch, yeah, this has a brand new clutch in it. Don't drop it in the oil pan. Come on, there we go. Brand new clutch in it. New shocks. New leaf springs on the rear. Some welding. I had fun learning to weld. I learned to weld on this Jeep. So that went well. Obviously, I practiced on scraps and old stuff. Freezing Off-Road. Hey, you're here. Freezing Off-Road, a fun off-road YouTube channel. Dirt bikes, Cherokees, Jeeps, all kinds of fun builds on his channel. You can check it out. Jeep Girl, did it sell yet? No, the sale ends tomorrow at 12:15 in the afternoon Pacific time. My oil's draining. Looks good. So tomorrow afternoon the auction ends. I put the eBay Motors link in the description of this video. Is the Jeep sick? No. Because I did rebuilt the engine, put a flat tappet cam in. After you drive the Jeep for about 200, 300 miles, you need to do an oil change after an engine rebuild and a high zinc oil. So this has high zinc oil in it already, but then after the engine break-in, the flat tappet cam break-in, all that, you drive it for a couple hundred miles, then do an oil change. So I'm doing the oil change on it now, so it'll be ready for the next owner, whoever that is. Let's see, did it sell yet? No, hello, Jim's here. Oh, hey, Jim. We've got a new filter, AMS oil filter. You get a little bit of oil on this, on the rubber part up there. If you do your own oil, awesome. If you don't, that's fine, but you can save so much money doing your own. How upset is your daughter for not giving it to her? Yeah, they're sad to see it go too, but honestly, yeah, I've got another YJ. I have a 94 YJ. And I'm going to start working on it a bit. And then my daughter's Cherokee, we've got some work to do on it. So I've got a lot of projects still going on. My goal all along was to sell this, to rebuild this one, have fun with it on the channel, and then ultimately sell it. So it's, yeah, it's bittersweet. I'm sure I'll take a video of it driving away, or if it gets shipped somewhere when it's getting loaded up, I'll get a video of it going away. Goodbye. But yeah, my daughter, she drives a Cherokee now, so we've got stuff to do on it. We just actually did a fuel pump on it. We need to do rear main oil seal, a few other things. Let's see how many. I'm going to see how many viewers we got going here. Live stream. Does it tell me concurrent? Yeah, 22. Okay, so it shows me live. Just checking. It's just kind of handy. I got your guys' chat right. Oh, my tablet just died on me. What? Looks like it died. All right, oil filter wrench. Do you guys have a favorite oil filter wrench? This is my favorite. I have not met an oil filter I can't get off with this thing. Strap wrenches, they work good for some. Why did my tablet just die? There it is. I've used strap wrenches before and they're okay. This is how I see your guys' chat. That's why I'm trying to get this going. But I really like this because if a filter is giving me trouble, I can just grab onto it and get a hold of it there. All right, I'm gonna move my oil pan a little bit here. Move it over so I can catch goo from the filter. So yeah, as I mentioned, the reason I'm doing the oil right now, and it is right below, perfect. The reason I'm doing the oil right now is I'm just doing the final step of the engine break-in. It's been driven with this engine rebuild about 300 miles, and somewhere around there, after the engine break-in, you want to do an oil change with this high zinc oil. So that's what we're doing today. Final oil change, and it'll be ready. And the eBay Motors link I put in the description so you guys can see it. If you're curious about checking out the auction, let's see. I do like this filter wrench. Watch me struggle with it now on live camera. Ah. Boy, who put this on here last time? It was me. Or maybe I'm just at a bad angle or weak or something, I don't know. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. That'd be funny, I can't get the filter off. After talking up this wrench. But I can tell you, strap wrench right here would not be doing the trick. There it goes. I gotta start eating my Wheaties. Or not put the filter on so tight. That's where a strap wrench would be just slipping. How upset, I wonder if that's the latest. Sometimes my tablet here will lose the live stream chat. I really need to get a new tablet there. What am I gonna do with this filter once I got it off? I do like this oil pan I got below, because it has a little spot to set the filter. Oh, there we go, we're back up. I need to change my oil soon. This is a good refresher video. Yep. What's the best oil to use? 1979 CJ. The original 304. Ooh. CJ engine 304. I do like Redline. Makes good oil, very good oil. Obviously this video here, I'm using AMSOIL, and it's very good. But yeah, I don't know, your CJ, I don't want to give you a, because I'm not a CJ engine expert, so I don't want to tell you something wrong. There we go. Filter, and this pan has a nice little spot for the filter to sit upside down and drain. Cool, cool. My hands are all gooey. I need to get this cap back on, my oil plug. So, what are we at? We're at 25 viewers right now. So if you guys have any other questions on the auction or how eBay Motors auction works, this is honestly the first vehicle I've ever sold on eBay Motors. And I just thought it'd be a good way to do it, that if, you know, somebody somewhere else wanted to buy it, one of my viewers, if they were interested in bidding on it, it's a way where you can actually do that versus just trying to sell it locally. I'm gonna put the plug back in just so I don't forget that. It's done dripping. And yeah, somebody commented asking if OJ was sick. No, it's not. It's not sick. It's in good shape right now. I've done a ton of work on this. As I mentioned, I've gone through a ton of it in my ad. I do say I haven't gone through everything though. I really didn't. Well, let's see. I did the engine. I didn't. And I did the transfer case. Didn't really do anything with the transmission. Transmission is giving me zero issue, so no reason to think the transmission's bad or anything. Other thing I haven't done on it, I haven't done brakes. The brakes are fine, work fine, but it does not have like all brand new brake parts. The interior, I did a little bit on the interior, but there's no radio, as I mentioned in the ad. Just wiping off the oil pan, make sure it's all nice and clean. So yeah, there's no radio. The dash lights don't work right now, and honestly, I didn't want to. I had to draw the line somewhere with what I was going to do with this because I'm working on other projects. So it's time to move this one on and start my next project. Can't imagine you'd have a hard time selling it even locally, considering how much new vehicles cost. Yeah, vehicle prices are insane, aren't they? Problems they seem to have. He was asking if it was sick, manual transmission. It is manual. And no, it's not sick. It is running good. So I'm going to get my different gloves on now. You need to make sure when you're doing your oil, make sure when you take your old filter off that there is no old gasket material left behind. Where's my light? So we want a quick way to have a leak. Leave a little gasket material behind. But that actually looks pretty good. No gasket material there. And yeah, so no, it's not sick, just getting the engine ready for its final break-in oil change here. Because I have not driven this very much since the engine rebuild. Like, yeah, 300, I think it has 300 miles on it right now. So it's just time for this oil change. Let's see if we can get this guy down in there. I got a little bit of oil on this new gasket here. This is where I'm always afraid of like dropping the filter like down into the oil pan. Kaplunk. Oh. I'm not going to put this on. Boy, that other one was on there tight. You're supposed to go. Does this one even say? Yeah. Put a little oil on it, and then 3/4 of a turn. So just so it touches. So that little symbol I should see over there. But boy, that other one was sure on tight. I don't want to have the next guy think, man, he way over tightened this filter. So that's good right there. All right, you saw me do it live, just with my hands. I mean, these are good grippy gloves. But if you buy this Jeep and you have trouble getting the filter off, like I didn't do it that tight. But boy, I kind of struggled to get that off of there. It was, the last one was too tight. Not sure who did that. Yeah, it was me. Let's see, manual stick. Oh, stick. I thought you said stick. Sorry, Scott. Did I misread that from the very beginning? Yes, it's manual. Sorry. Manual. It is. All right, plugs in, filters on, lubed up. Got my oil pan under there. We can start dropping some oil into this thing. Is it sick? Is it sick is a good question, though. No, it's not sick. That's funny. Read closer, Dale. Actually, I'm going to put that over here because I'm going to be starting it up in a bit. To just, oh, some people like to put a little bit of oil in the filter. I've never done that. I've never had an issue with it. Some people think like, oh, it caused your engine to run dry for a minute. Like, nah, your oil pump pumps oil so fast that, yeah, I don't know. I don't think most mechanics don't do that. And I'm not a mechanic. Don't get me wrong. I'm a backyard DIYer. So follow my advice at your own risk. Top Chat 21. You guys have any questions on the auction itself? It was kind of fun. There's different levels on the eBay Motors AMSOIL SAE 30. Just double checking here. No friction. Break-in oil. High zinc. Yeah, I knew it said high zinc on it somewhere. Like, okay, just make sure I'm using the right stuff here. Got to triple check. Yeah, eBay Motors. And one trouble I had with the ad on eBay Motors, this does not have a 17-digit VIN. It's a Idaho VIN, which is like 9 digits or something. So eBay Motors was giving me an issue with not accepting the VIN. But I talked to eBay and I got that figured out. I wish I had a garage like yours. Thanks. Yeah, it's nothing. My garage isn't anything super special. Do you have a garage at all? Like, that's tough not having a garage at all. People doing repairs in the gravel, that's tough. So I am fortunate to not have to struggle with that. And then, yeah, I put as many pictures on eBay as I could. There's little nicks and dings, like little dents in the body on this. I included pictures of all that on the eBay link. But they limit how many pictures you can put on there. Like, you can put more pictures, but it costs extra. It's just the way they make money, I guess. But I think I got most everything covered, and if people have specific questions... Nope. Oh, no garage at all. Yeah. Maybe someday. And then, of course, the winning bidder. I'm happy to, like, video chat with them. Hey, congratulations. Here's your Jeep. And we can talk about shipment or if you're picking it up or any of that. Should I put a JeepSolid sticker? I should put a JeepSolid sticker on it, huh? On the back somewhere. Should I do that? Should I put a JeepSolid sticker on it? Bronco Solid! Hola, muchacho! Hey, Bronco Solid's here. He's another famous micro-influencer. What time is it? 5:25. We're not doing bad. There's 3 quarts in. I'm going 4 quarts right now. I'll probably do 5. I should peek underneath. I do that usually at the end. Peek underneath, make sure there's not oil. Drip, 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 drip. Not that I've run into that. I have heard lots of stories. People changing their oil and they forgot to put the plug back in. Oh, it's a big puddle underneath going back. They don't even really realize it. Oops. That would be a big mess. AMSOIL high zinc break-in oil. So we're doing this for the engine rebuild I did. It's been driven a couple 100 miles. So it's time for a filter and oil change. So we're just doing that and getting it all ready for the next owner. And it looks completely dry down there. And I'm going to just dry off around the filter here because I like to just double check. When I took the filter off, of course, you dribble a little bit of oil. So I like to dry things up really pretty well so that if you have a leak, you can identify it easier. Get my paper towel stuck under there. I need to go down farther. There we go. Yeah, fairly new battery on it, new belt, new front and rear bumper, rock rails, newly painted. Let's see, we got 4 quarts in there. Let's go with a 5th. That is 4, right? Where's my 6th? There it is. I know I had 6 quarts laying around here. Hola, muchacho! We'll get this 5th quart in here, and then we'll fire it up, run a little oil through that filter, double check the level. But we'll be good to go here. Oh yeah, new Brown Dog motor mounts. You can see that in the top-down shot. Good Brown Dog motor mounts. All kinds of stuff on this. New distributor, distributor cap, rotor. I got a loose vacuum hose right there. I'll fix that up. All right, I'm going to get some stuff out of the way here, and we will fire this up so we can check the oil level. Move this cap so that I don't lose that cap. Oh, I thought it was frozen. Looked at my tablet and it looked like it was frozen. Everything's out of the way, my wrench. Lots of new hardware on this, new door latches, or hinge latches. All right, battery, that'll be fine. I'm gonna crack the garage a little bit. That's enough. Crack this door over here. And find my key. There it is. Let's cycle a little oil through this thing. It has been sitting for a week, so we'll cycle the key on and off a couple times, prime the fuel line. Tootsie's been sleeping on this seat a little bit. I'm gonna have to get a lint roller on it. Oh. Sorry, I was trying to prime the... It's in neutral, right? There we go. Watch it not start now. I'm not hearing the fuel pump kick on. Let me check my fuel pump. Did I take that fuse out? I was fiddling with the fuses a little bit ago. Where's my light? Here it is. I was fiddling with the fuses a little bit because I was checking the dash lights and stuff. So I fiddled around with it a little bit. Where's my fuel pump? Oops. Ugh. Sorry, I'm just fiddling with fuses here for a second. Trying to find the fuel pump fuse. Where's... I know there's the fuel pump. Oh, I don't have the fuel pump relay out, do I? But yeah, like I said, this has been, I've had it sitting for a week, and I was fiddling with fuses. No, fuel pump relay is there. Fuel pump. So yeah, I think, so I was fiddling with dash fuses underneath here. And I wonder if I left one of them out. Power, wiper, and ignition. Ignition obviously works. Sorry for the intermission, folks. Just waiting to hear that fuel pump kick on. And if I can get, oh, it has a new, does this one have a new fuel pump? I'll have to look back. Actually, it's my other YJ that I put the new fuel pump in. I don't think I've dropped the fuel tank on this one. I'm gonna have to check the fuse on the fuel pump. But by the time this is ready to head out to the new owner, I can guarantee you it will be running. I just have to check that. I'm sure it's the fuse because I was fiddling with these. Oops. Fuse popped out there. That will turn the fuel or the oil pump enough to get it going. Hola muchacho. I always write the date and miles on the filter when I change the oil. Yeah, I keep a record as well. You should also autograph it on the back side of the hood. That's a good idea. That's always a great idea. Don't have to work on Tulsa. One guy drove his for 1,000,000 miles and only had to replace with 3 regular car batteries, about $70 each, for about $100,000. 1,000,000 miles, sorry. $70 each for 1,000,000 miles? Drove his Tesla for 1,000,000 miles? Really? That's insane. So we've turned over the engine enough to cycle the oil through. I'm just going to top the oil off here. And then I'll go back to fiddling with that fuse. I have to find that oil pump fuse. I don't hear the fuel pump kicking on. Oh, so we're right at the bottom of add. So we'll add about 1/2 quart here. A 1,000,000 miles on a Tesla. That's really good. Add about another half a quart here. And yeah, I'm having trouble starting it right now, but I can guarantee it's the fuel pump because I don't hear it kicking on. And like I said, I was down there fiddling with those fuses. I should have started it up before this live stream. It's like I said, it's been sitting a week. When I was getting it ready to put on eBay Motors, and then after I listed it on eBay Motors, I didn't want to be driving it, and then I fiddled around with those fuses. I just gotta make sure, look at a fuse diagram and make sure find the one that says fuel pump. And double check that. I just bought my first '89 Wrangler, absolutely love it. And love your channel and helpful advice. So awesome. You're welcome. I'm glad my videos help people out. I just show my experience doing things myself, my struggles. Try not to hide anything. Just real life experience. This is what it's like. So this is a 92. My other Jeep right out here, it's a 94. That's the next one I'll be working on. Let's check this one more time. I like it to be towards the top of safe. We're in the middle of safe right now. Towards the top. So brand new AMSOIL in there. High zinc for that cam break-in. Try not to make a mess. Put the cap back on there. And easy as that. Except I got to fiddle with that fuel pump fuse. Just bought my 98 Wrangler. 26 people right now. If you guys have any further questions, because the oil change is done. I'll leave the battery hooked up right now. I did disconnect the battery because like I said, it had been sitting for a while, but oh yeah, brand new radiator, new hoses, Quadratec winch on the front, synthetic rope, 10,000 pound winch, new tires all the way around, 31-inch tires, mud tires, full size spare, summer top on it right now. New paint, obviously. It's been a good fun project. It'll be sad to see it go. So I think I'm gonna end this here, take a break for a bit, go get something to drink, and then I'll come back in a bit and fiddle with that fuel pump fuse. So like I said, I was down there fiddling with them. I need to make sure I don't have, that fuse isn't blown. Make sure I have all the fuses back in the right spot. Double check that one. So thank you guys. Check out the link if you're interested in the eBay Motors auction on this. Maybe in the near future, I'll post a video of what I found on the fuel pump. Why the fuel pump? I don't hear it clicking on. On these, when you turn the ignition on, you can hear it click on, and just not hearing that. So I'm going to investigate that in a little bit. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your support and your help. And have a good day.